All right, I think we are live. Let's see. I believe we're live on, yep, okay, good. We're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube, on Instagram. I think we're good on both here. Yes, looks like it. This is my first time doing both at the same time. I'm really excited about this. All right, cool. So, happy Thursday, loves. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Tonight's session is 2021 reflections, and I wanted to share with you my personal reflections, not just of this past year, but also comparing who I am today to who I was years ago. So, what's happened to me and changes. And I have to tell you that the pandemic has really encouraged me to be in a reflective mode, in a gratitude mode. So if you don't know who I am, my name is 𝗣𝗵𝘆𝘀𝗶𝗰. I'm a virtual licensed psychotherapist and a happiness transformation coach. And I teach unfulfilled women effective tools to build confidence and feel worthy again, whether post-breakup, single, or in a relationship. So tonight's session, this is sort of a prelude to the Wheel of Life packet process that I created. You can visit the link in my bio for your free copy. And if you enjoyed this session tonight, then you're really going to enjoy the reflection process that I share in my Wheel of Life packet. So please share this video with anyone you think who can benefit from this information. Type in the comments, by the way, if you're catching this live or if you're catching this as a replay. And also put an emoji if at any point I'm saying something and you can really relate to any of my reflections. So I want to take you back to between 2010 and 2015. I was feeling really unhappy. I was feeling overwhelmed working. I was working at multiple treatment centers. I think I was working at about like 4 or 5 treatment centers at the same time as a part-time clinical director. I would hop from one unfulfilling thing to another. I would overcommit. I would tell everyone yes when I really meant no. I was successful on the outside, but I wasn't really feeling solid in myself. I had poor boundaries when it came to really taking care of myself. And I'm not just talking about like things like nails and getting your hair done and things like massages. Things like standing up for myself, expressing myself, communicating, saying what I meant and meaning what I say. I considered myself independent, but I wasn't truly to my core. I still found myself trying to control situations or outcomes or relationships. I didn't want to live like this anymore. I knew that I wanted to be more detached in my life, and I wanted to feel fulfilled from the inside without really needing anyone or anything. I knew that maybe this was possible and that I could eventually get to this place. I followed a lot of people that I admired and that inspired me online, but I didn't really quite know how I was going to become this healthy, confident, interdependent woman. These people that I followed and that inspired me, I felt like I didn't quite have what they had, or sometimes I'd ask myself, what am I missing? I didn't fully comprehend the work I need to do on myself and my negative thinking, my habits, my integrity with myself, to really embody this vision that I had for myself and what that really required. So in about 2015 to 2018, things started to shift. I knew that what I was doing wasn't working and that my current way of thinking and living wasn't going to get me to where I wanted to be. I started going to vision board workshops, yoga retreats. I was reading self-help books, listening to podcasts. I was attending personal growth and development trainings. That's when I started to see what was really possible with these uncomfortable shifts that I was making. And 2015 to 2018 were good years when it came to the ways that I pushed myself out of my comfort zone, out of my box. I published my first book in 2018. I transitioned out of working out of treatment centers. I was hitting fulfilling fitness benchmarks. I wasn't quite where I was like really wanting to be yet, but I was really, really close. So I'm comparing where I was then to where I am now because I knew that I needed to change. I knew that I needed to grow, and I was making the strides then, which is why I saw success and results then. But compared to where I am now, there are very big differences. So I want to share those reflections with you tonight. So please, if you're just now joining me, don't hesitate to type in the comments. My name is 𝗣𝗵𝘆𝘀𝗶𝗰. I'm a virtual licensed psychotherapist and a happiness transformation coach. And I'm just sharing some of my reflections from 2021. So boundaries. Saying no when I meant no. Whether that was regarding work, whether that was regarding my intimate relationship, my friends, my family, I learned that it was really important for me to practice not feeling bad, guilty, or people pleasing, being okay with letting people go. Those who have a difficult time respecting and honoring my boundaries. This really allowed my life to shift immediately because no is an answer too. Not everything is a yes. When I'm working with my clients on getting clear on their boundaries, because first we need to know what those boundaries are before we can actually express them, right? Then communicating those boundaries, they begin to see an immediate shift in their life because their life and their external environment becomes a truer, more accurate reflection of their heart and their soul's desires when they stop allowing things that don't feel good to them. And I know someone listening to this may be having the same struggle, right? Their family or their friends or people that they knew, they get cornered into agreeing into doing things constantly by them, or they end up feeling resentful or overcommitting. They can't figure out why they never have enough time for themselves or any time for themselves. So please type a 1 in the comments if you can relate, all right? My second reflection, mindset work is a part of my daily regular routine. Journaling, meditating, listening to podcasts, reading, personal growth, working on my shadow work, getting grounded, healing things that you didn't even think needed to be healed, okay? We all have things in our past that we need to let go of, that you didn't even think could affect you or was a big deal, but it's sabotaging how you're showing up in your life. It's sabotaging how you're showing up in your relationships. If you're listening to this, there is something that you know that you need to be doing, or a decision that you know you need to make and you're not making, that you're continuously hesitating on. There's things that you're constantly probably pushing back. Now's not a good time, or I gotta wait, or my significant other, I'm so busy. Stop waiting until you have your breakdown to work on your mindset. Why not step into it while you're strong? You have the momentum. You can step into that abundance and keep that energy flowing high. Why wait until you're at rock bottom? Because when you're at rock bottom, your goal is just to get up a little. But when you're already standing up tall, then you're looking to elevate. Some people, sometimes they allege that they're doing the work on themselves and they're not actually doing it, okay? So just to wrap up on that one, back then I used to be very reactionary and now I'm very proactive. In 2017 and 2018, I was investing because I was desperate. Back then I felt like I had no other options, or I felt like I didn't really know what else to do. Granted, making those choices helped me, but having that perspective and that outlook was the wrong one to have. Now, I'm a natural hard worker. I'm very coachable. I love exploring. But there are people who feel that making the investment is the work. Writing the check is the easy part. It's showing up and allowing yourself to be coached. That's the work. Facing your ego or your shadow, that's the work. Befriending it, that's the work. We don't want to acknowledge how much we are in our own way. So when we invest in this place from desperation, we can impact or affect our own results. Present day, today, I invest because I know the value in it. There is not no investing. There's not that, because I know that I'm sowing a seed in my growth and I trust that I'm going to show up and reap the rewards of that. I have a practice full of clients and I am still making sure that I'm attending my business building coaching calls with my business coach and my own therapy sessions with my own therapist. I'm always looking to grow and how I can be better, stronger, more efficient, sharper. What got me here won't get me there. So when we're talking about investing at any level, and we're not talking about dollars and cents here, okay? We're talking about the quality and the value of the investments that you're making in yourself and how you're choosing to show up and maximize on that investment. Are you asking questions? Are you allowing yourself to be fed? Many of you that are watching this is not so much my concern of like a discernment or a concern of you being led down the wrong path. My concern is more about you not receiving and you continuing to delay what you need to be doing and when you need to be doing it, where you need to be. So my last one, I'm almost done, is to get more comfortable with fear. Something that I noticed and as I continue to grow and evolve, something that never changes is fear. I still get a little nervous. I still experience some of those emotions, and I like to consider emotions as energy in motion. And I also break down to myself that that feeling of nervousness or fear, it's also very similar to excitement. The difference between who I am today and, oh, hey, Casey, hi, thank you so much for joining me here on Instagram. I'm also on Facebook, so if you see me looking on the other side, it's because I'm on Facebook. I'm also on YouTube, probably watching this on YouTube. I also break down that the difference between who I am today versus who I was in 2017 or 2008. Hey, Jordan, thanks for joining me. Jordy, awesome. The difference between who I am today versus who I was in 2017 or 18 is that I realized that fear doesn't go away. It doesn't go away, and that we need to be comfortable with that emotion. So this was like a very meaty meat and potatoes live. I don't usually go over this long, and that's why I wanted to do all the platforms at the same time. I wanted to equip you with a tool, especially as you're going into the new year, that you can use to help you reflect on your life, just kind of in the same way that I reflected on mine. Though we cannot control what occurs outside of us, we can eventually learn how to manage our emotions and what we're telling ourselves about a situation. When life feels really overwhelming for me, I like to sort of zoom out and start by exploring the different areas of my life. I'm kind of a checklist person. So I look at different areas of my life, business and career, it's one, finances, health, family and friends. Now here's the thing, I know I put family and friends in one category, but you can split this into two, looking at family and looking at friends, because maybe you feel differently about each. Romance, spirituality, fun/recreation, and your physical environment. So when I'm exploring and looking at each of these different areas, this helps me get clear in seeing where I'm actually at and where my intentions need to be redirected to. So my Wheel of Life packet gives a little support or guidance with getting grounded, self-exploration, and assessing what areas need your attention. So you can download my Wheel of Life packet for free to support you in getting grounded on where you are and how to begin getting you where you'd like to be, especially as we move into 2022. So the link for it will be in the caption of this video. If you're watching this video on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. Also, please share this video with anyone who you think may benefit from this information. Thank you so much for checking out my video. Again, my name is 𝗫𝗵𝘆𝘀𝗶𝗰. I'm a virtual licensed psychotherapist and a happiness transformation coach. I teach unfulfilled women effective tools to build confidence and feel worthy again, whether post-breakup, single, or in a relationship. I hope that you got some really good value out of tonight's session. Have a prosperous new year, and I will see you on the next session. Have a great night.